Kickboxing legend Alex Pereira will soon challenge for UFC middleweight gold against Israel Adesanya, a man he has previously knocked out during his kickboxing days. However, since his transition to MMA, he hasn't stopped knocking fools out on the regular, which we witnessed last time we saw him in the octagon against Sean Strickland. Today, we're discussing Alex Pereira's best KOs during his kickboxing and MMA career. Stay with us. Let's get straight in. It's Matias Adaro. This one pitted Brazil against Argentina in the early part of Alex's career back in 2012. The bout came at WGP Kickboxing 15 in Pereira's native Brazil, but Adaro didn't manage to make it out of the second round. After being dropped by a huge knee to the body, Adaro got back to his feet, but Pereira just laid it on him. He again dropped Adaro with a massive body kick, but the durable Argentine again rose to his feet to carry on. The end came with Adaro backed up against the ropes, where Alex landed a huge right knee before putting his opponent away with a beautiful right cross, and the referee had seen enough. Do you remember this one? Next up, we have Camilo Ferraz. Stay with us. In a fight directly after the Adaro clash, Pereira came up against tough Uruguayan Camilo Ferraz. The world-class striker made light work of his opponent, dropping him twice before the referee called an end to the bout in the very first round. The finishing blow came as Ferraz himself had just launched an offensive onslaught, but Pereira showed how good his defense was. He then pinned Ferraz up against the ropes and delivered a huge knee straight up the middle, which was more than enough for the referee to call it. A solid night's work for Powell. We're talking Dustin Jacoby next. Don't go anywhere. These days, Dustin Jacoby turns out in the UFC just like Pereira, but when the pair met in Croatia back in 2014, he lasted just one round with the dangerous Brazilian, succumbing to a left hook from hell in the first round. Jacoby recently appeared on Ariel Helwani's The MMA Hour podcast after his most recent MMA win against Da Yun Jung and said to Alex, "The guy knocks everybody out with the left hook. I can say that loud and proud because there are several guys that have fallen victim to him, and he's just a dangerous man." What did you make of this colossal left hook KO? Ivan Galaz is coming through next. Pereira took on Chile's Ivan Galaz at WGP Kickboxing 24 back in 2014, winning the bout via the 3 knockdown rule. The contest was pretty one-sided, and Galaz did well to make it to the second round, to be fair to him. Having broken the Chilean's arm in the first round with a huge kick, Pereira wasn't about to let up in the second, delivering a huge body kick, then finishing his man with another kick to the arm, the same one which had previously been broken, following up with a straight right which finished Galaz. And now we have Junior Alpha. Powell had already knocked Alpha down before he finished him, and had also shown a different side to his game by looking for some flashy spinning back kicks throughout. Ultimately though, it was his trusty right hook which got the job done in the fourth round of the fight against his fellow Brazilian. Having buttered his man up with a solid high body kick, Pereira had delivered a right to finish Alpha, but you could tell by his body language that he was already a beaten man. He did well to get to the fourth, to be honest. Another bruising win for Alex. What do you think of this one? It's Adesanya 2 next. Stick around. Those of you who don't know, before Israel Adesanya became the UFC middleweight king, he was a world-class kickboxer. However, he came into this one having already been beaten by Pereira via decision win for the Brazilian back in 2016. Izzy had Alex in real trouble in their second meeting, connecting with some huge shots, but Powell managed to ride out the storm, catching the Kiwi with a massive left hook in the middle of the ring to score his second win against him. He was clearly delighted with the KO too, as he was seen screaming in his downed opponent's face right after the knockout. The pair go to war for the third time for the UFC middleweight title this November. Who you got? Next up is Burim Rama. Albania's Rama succumbed to the striking skills of the Brazilian in the semi-finals of Glory 40 Copenhagen. Pereira showed a ton of patience as he backed his opponent up against the ropes during their 2017 showdown, but Rama was simply asking to be hit by keeping his chin so high in the air. Pereira almost finished his man with a massive knee to the head, but Rama managed to get back to his feet. The tough Rama was again forced to the canvas with a massive left hook, but sprang back up to see out the round. The finish finally came in the third as Alex chased Rama down, landing a big right hook to the Albanian brawler, who had showed tremendous heart throughout. A devastating finish. What did you make of this one? We're talking Macon Silva now. Stay tuned. tuned. Sporting some pretty loud fluorescent green shorts, Pereira took on countryman Macon Silva back in 2017, but the fight didn't last too long. As Silva threw and missed with a massive bomb towards Alex, the taller man capitalized by throwing one of the fastest left hooks you're ever likely to see, with Silva ending up tangled in the ropes. Be sure to check this one out if you get the chance. Yusri Belgaroui is coming through next. Stay with us. Pereira had previously lost a decision to the tough Dutchman Belgaroui, but was in no mood to leave it in the hands of the judges when the pair met again at Glory 49 in Rotterdam back in 2017, and he's lucky to have not been disqualified after landing a pretty blatant right on his opponent after the bell, which visibly incensed the Tunisian Dutch fighter. The finish came in the third as Pereira unleashed a huge volley of knees and punches, ending with a brutal right to the head of Belgaroui, which only failed to send him to the canvas due to the ropes. The referee had seen enough and waved the fight off, signaling the Brazilian's first defense of his Glory middleweight title. We have the Belgaroui trilogy fight next. The tension was palpable as these two came face to face once more, refusing to touch gloves at the beginning of the fight. And Yusri didn't get out of the first round as Pereira landed one of the biggest shots of a career filled with huge bombs to successfully defend his title for the second time. Belgaroui simply had no idea where he was after the bomb landed, and the referee was quick to call it. What do you think of this one? The Jason Wilnis fight is coming through now. Stick around. Pereira came into this 2017 bout with Wilnis 2-0 down in their series, but made the Dutchman pay in a big way. In the lead up to the fight, Wilnis awakened the beast by claiming that Alex wasn't a true kickboxer, simply a boxer who was just involved in kickboxing. But Powell would make him eat his words, as he landed a massive flying knee in the very first round. Pereira had already shown him what the canvas tasted like after knocking him down with a huge head kick, but Wilnis returned to his feet. However, no sooner was he back on his feet than he was down again, as Alex ran straight through him and delivered a monster knee to the chin of Wilnis. Donegi Abena is joining us now. Powell stepped up a division to challenge for the Glory light heavyweight title against Suriname's Abena, proving that the step up in weight didn't affect him one bit. A pretty one-sided affair saw Alex leading 70-40 with strikes landed heading into the third, putting the South American down midway through the round. He got up to face the Brazilian once more, but maybe should have stayed where he was, as the current UFC star landed one of the cleanest left hooks you're likely to see, sending Abena directly to sleep before his face hit the canvas, becoming the first ever Glory 2-weight champ in the process. Brutal. And finally, it's Sean Strickland. Stay with us. Inexplicably, Tarzan came into this one looking to trade with Pereira, which was a terrible plan. He didn't even bother putting his guard up and was punished for one of the worst game plans of all time. Alex took advantage of Strickland's low hands to land a big left hook which sent Sean down. As he tried to get back up, Pereira landed another massive right to make sure. A pretty brutal KO, but all Strickland's fault to be honest. What did you make of this one? As always, thanks for stopping in on us today, and remember to drop by again next time for some more fun and games. And why not do us a big favor by sharing today's video with any combat sport fans you know of, whilst also subscribing to our channel. Bye guys!